Welcome back, everybody. Cape Rugby TV. We carry on talking about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby, and it certainly looks like the clubs are talking about getting back on the park, and 2021 is just around the corner. Of course, we hope that all the health and safety scenarios get us to 2021, but everybody's working behind the scenes. They're planning, they're preparing, they're talking to the players, and of course a lot of COVID regulations as well now unfolding. And it wasn't on the show with us too long ago, but joining me on the line now, Phil Cronje, Hamilton's Rugby Football Club Head Coach. Phil, how are things on your side, man?
Well, JP, well, and you?
Yeah, thanks, Phil. As I said to our other guests, one day at a time, and we just happy to follow your guys' progress. I believe you guys have been busy with your planning.
Yeah, Jobs, obviously, from the word go that went out, so that there is possibility that we can start become 1st of January, or let's call it 5th of January. That's our starting date. We start busy getting plans into place to get our players back, keep them up to date of what's going to happen, what's the new rules for the COVID thing. There's a lot of things that we need to do. It's not as easy as we thought, that coming through the gates and start practicing. There's a lot of IRB stuff that we need to do, so we just start prepping for ourselves for that, to be ready come the first week in January. We did invite our players back to give them a bit of a feedback of where we stand, what's the process going forward. So yeah, from Hamilton's point of view, preparation for next season did start. We did pencil in some dates, some friendlies, some social activities. So yeah, the players are on board with that, and yeah, so far so good. So let's hope come the first week we will be ready.
That's great news, Phil. What about from a management point of view? Have you guys also been able to sit around a table and of course with the right social distancing, but have you guys also been able to discuss amongst each other? I mean, nowadays we've got such big management teams. You've got first teams that have got a coach and a forwards coach and a backlines coach and a physio and there's a whole team behind every team now.
Yeah, JP, the days of just being one guy running the whole show, that days are over. We did get our plans in place. Like you said, we did have to get the whole club coaching staff on board, medical staff on board. We have to get the club management on board to guide us on the right directions of the regulations of the COVID. So all those things we had to get into place to make sure that we follow all those guidelines and don't get into trouble. But it's not just getting into trouble, but to make sure that we got the safety of the players first of all, and make sure that those guys are safe. But yeah, planning went well. We did get the word out to our guys. We're busy prepping ourselves to send out pre-season programs. So yeah, come the first week in Jan, like I said, we start on the 5th of Jan. Hopefully by then everything will be sorted and we all good to go.
So, Phil, we also just had a conversation with Jerome Parvater from the under-20 perspective and their preparation, and he was explaining that they would do some testing with the players and then give them some programs to go back, and they'll do these programs at home and so on. Do you have similar plans to that?
Yeah, we did sit with our conditioning coach and we worked on a plan. So from our side, we have to give out two plans. So one for the fortunate guys that to have the gym facilities available. They've got one program, and then we've got a different program for our guys that don't have access to a gym. So yeah, those programs we did get out. So we can follow them on a regular basis. So our testings with these guys, like I said, will start in the middle of November. And they will be tested till the first week before Christmas.
That's fantastic. It's great to see that the connection is still there, that you guys are able to reach out to your players, you're in touch with the players, you're in touch with the management, and and which has been important, because obviously one is concerned that if you're not in contact, and luckily over the last few months we've been speaking to you guys and we've been keeping everybody connected, and it's important, of course, to have done that for the last few months, because otherwise you run the risk of people moving on.
Yeah, Jobs, remember let's call it 6 months. It's a long time. I think in that first 2 months we were very active, and we're still hoping that there will be a season. Obviously, we know what's the answer on that. We didn't have any rugby, but to get all these guys back on track, it was amazing to see, even though the ex-professional guys that joined us, to see that excitement from these guys.
Yeah.
The gears that we've got going at the club, that's a massive thing for us at the moment, to make sure that those blocks get ticked and make sure that those guys are happy and excited. Obviously, at the end of the day, we can't lose the players that's coming for the game.
Yeah, I think that the fact also that players have been able to watch a little bit of rugby on TV has made them hungry for it. You watch the game on TV and you go, well, I want to go and do the same thing now. So that's also something that maybe has added a bit of fire there. Phil, just a last question. When we spoke to you last, you guys were very busy preparing the field. You were looking at the grass. You were busy. How's it? It's now been a few weeks. There's been a bit of rain. There's been a bit of growing. How's the facilities looking now?
Yeah, we were there on Thursday night, obviously, with our meeting that we had there. Our pitch is looking really good at the moment. They did cut it on that day when we were there. So, yeah, they're busy preparing for that. Obviously, the facilities at our ground had to be done, and we need to jack that up. And I think from the club side, the management side, they did a very good job to make sure that we get our pitch fixed up and done. So I think we're on track. We're just hoping for a little bit more rain now to make sure that everything is sorted. But yeah, the field is really looking good there.
That's great stuff. Phil, we're going to leave it at that. We'll catch up with you again soon. And of course, we'll say to you and all the players out there, stay safe. We look forward to seeing some training photographs and videos as soon as you're comfortable with of course all the various regulations that are taking place. And yeah, we just stay at the moment. Stay safe out there.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Yeah, from our point of view, we will do our absolute best to keep the players safe, and we will follow the procedures that's put in place to make sure that the players are safe.
Yeah.
It's going to be new for us. At the end of the day, it's not easy. They did explain to me how this whole training session will work. So yeah, it's going to be tough. I think your 2-hour sessions will be running these days 3-hour sessions, because I think half of the time we have to make sure that the players are safe and up and running and good to go.
Yeah. Well, I think you're also lucky in the fact that you've had excellent guidance from SA Rugby in terms of understanding the rules and regulations of COVID, and great guidance from Western Province Rugby in terms of the guidance there. So hopefully we see everybody back on the park soon. We'll leave it at that.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time, James.
Thanks, Phil. There we go, folks. Phil Cronje, Hamilton's rugby football coach, head coach, at least, and slowly getting things moving, focusing on 2021. And yeah, the gears. It's interesting to hear him talking about the gears, and I think the gears is there. Everybody wants to get back on the park. There's never a doubt when it comes to gears in the world of club rugby. Folks, as you know, CTC Sports is, of course, or at least has donated a set of 20 masks to Cape Rugby TV. Yeah, you can see the mask in front of me. You can see what it looks like. Cape Rugby TV mask. Now, if you want to win yourself a set of masks similar to this with your logo on it, then all you need to do is SMS the word CTC to 33090. You can see a fantastic set of masks here made by CTC Sports here in Cape Town. And if you want to win yourself the same type with your logo as opposed to the Cape Rugby TV logo on it, then just SMS the word CTC to 33090. Congratulations to last week's winner, Kamal Mahmoud. Kamal, you walk away with a set of 20 masks courtesy of CTC. Somebody from Cape Rugby TV is going to get in touch with you, of course, and then you can fetch your masks here in Cape Town. Folks, we'll take an ad break, and when we come back from the break, we'll carry on talking about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. Back in a sec.